Little problems, big penis. It's okay.
And
All right.
let's officially everybody introduce themselves.
I'm Nick.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's redo this. Okay.
I went
Start
there.
by
That was an
introducing
awesome start. Wait, let's redo this. Hang on.
Hold on.
You
All
fucked
right.
up.
Let me start, and I'll have
That's a good
everybody
sign.
introduce
That's a good
themselves. And yeah, I know. All right. Hello, fans of the internet. This is BrunoBlargg Thingy. It's a podcast.
Great title.
I know, is it? And we're going to introduce ourselves here. I'm Jay, and you guys go ahead, one by
I
one.
want to be last.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Chad. I'm recording it, or I'm not gonna name my gamer tag.
He is a recording person.
Don't give them information.
They won't find me.
That's hunt you down and dislike you.
They won't find me.
Never.
I heard something in like a podcast, so I'm just going to not like him.
All right, who's next?
I'll be next.
Okay.
I'm a black Canadian with an awesome huge cock and other things that are also good. I'm Mac.
Yes.
Anyway, Black, I have a small penis.
There's the first thing we have to censor out.
Obviously, that's the first thing you'd say since you're jealous because I have black
Oh,
cock.
and we lost Ryan again.
And Ryan's gone. Yeah.
Oh, damn it, it's my
That's awesome.
Damn it, okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
as a point you hear somebody.
Hi, I'm Nick. Gaming is my addiction.
All
See,
right.
it's a defensive
This is the part where everybody's supposed to be going, hi, Nick.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Nick, I guess.
I thought this was like a GGG meeting.
No, you got that wrong. This is not that. I hate
Oh,
this one.
I'm gonna chill here then. Screw it.
It's alright. It's cool.
Yeah, you see, this is a not that.
This is a thingy, so it's not that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Because that is not a thingy.
the thingy.
The thingy.
This is a thingy.
The thingy.
That's because I like that
Uh-huh.
title came from I was just randomly like.
Yeah, I remember.
Jay messaged me and was like, "Hey, did you get that test thingy done?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm editing the thingy." And she's like, "Oh, is that what it's called?" And I'm like, sure. And she's like, "Yeah, that sounds great. That's what we'll call it. We needed a unique name."
Oh,
You're the laziest guy ever.
It's
And
awesome.
of course, Ryan, who was with us, is having technical issues.
he's a little cunt.
And
Oh, look at that. Edit number 2.
Oh, bam. What?
so
Technically in this shit.
we'll try to keep re-adding him to this podcast.
But if he fucks up over his 5 fuck up minimum, we have to start having him pay a fee.
Yeah,
We
we're
reserve the right to throw him out of the podcast.
yes, because
5 fuck up fee.
we give him a fuck up rate. If he goes above his minimum fuck ups, we are not responsible.
So you guys got to remember, man, he was like in the Yukon, so it has to be like.
Oh, so
Hey.
you know,
Canadian.
snow is really coming to
That's no excuse. I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm in the same place as him.
Hey Jay, for the first year I knew you, I was living in Canada. That is no
Yeah, he
excuse.
likes to, obviously,
That is no excuse.
Chad loves to brag about how he used to be Canadian, and it's not anymore for a good reason.
When I moved down here,
Wow.
now that I only moved down here in like last October, and everybody just assumes that I'm Canadian. They just call me Canadian constantly because I lived there for 10 years. It's so funny. Literally, my nickname is Canada. That's literally my nickname.
Really? They couldn't even be original. They just went
They couldn't be
Canada.
original. They just call me Canada.
So you committed a felony in America and you retreated to Canada to get away from the cops?
And then when the limitations ended, I came back. Yes.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
So why were you only there for 10 years then?
So you know,
Because that's long enough.
Teddy Roosevelt and his gang of Rough Riders did come kill you.
Okay, so
You obviously did something super embarrassing at a party, and so you moved to Canada for 10 years so people would forget, and then you moved back.
Lived in a log cabin
Right.
for the past 10 years.
Well, sadly, it looks like we've lost Ryan, so
Yeah.
I'm going to keep trying to get him back in here, but yeah, we're not going to stop recording. Fuck Ryan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, screw him.
So, did you
Screw
become
him.
a Mountie?
So did everybody have a good Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
I did get one more rose than I expected, so
Oh.
I guess.
Yeah.
Which means you got one rose.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
I
you know what?
wasn't expecting on any, and I got one.
Yeah, hey, that's better than me. I got 0.
Aw.
Oh.
Yeah, but our scopes.
I'm single, whatever.
No, I texted you, Mac. I texted you.
You texted, I said I got no roses.
Aw. Neither did I.
Yeah.
What about
Well,
you didn't send him a
live in
smiley
place
rose?
that I don't know.
You didn't send him a smiley rose?
No, I
You
didn't.
send me a smiley rose. Oh man, I feel so disappointed now.
I sent you a text kit, which is better.
Alright.
Yeah, I get those all the time.
Did it come with tongue or no tongue?
No, Tom.
Well, see, then it's not really that much better.
Well, that's because it's a Valentine's Day kiss. That's how you can tell the difference.
It's an obligatory Valentine's Day kiss over text.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people were like posting on their, Facebooks and stuff, like, fuck Valentine's Day and.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
I was like,
all that?
what the hell? I don't know.
It's like
people just want to be miserable.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things that's like I don't have a reason to be happy this Valentine's Day because I'm a fool and I don't have a hot chick on my arm, so I'm just gonna complain and say that Valentine's Day is stupid in general, just because I'm jealous of the people that are actually happy right now. That's basically what they're doing.
Lame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where I am, there were actually quite a few breakups on Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, wow, this is like the worst day, too, for breaking up,
That's a
No, you want to know what the worst day for breaking up is? This is something I experienced on my New Year's Eve. Somebody actually dumped their boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and he was like bawling and crying. Like, he was very vocally crying, like, "Baby, why you do me like that?" I'm like, holy fuck, this guy is a wreck on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I was like, clock strikes 12, it's over. I'm leaving this guy.
Great way to
It's like this guy.
the new year.
It's like this guy just.
He upgraded.
This guy got.
This is my man of the year.
Someone once told me, never go with your significant other to a quote-unquote romantic weekend to Chicago because you'll break up.
And you will be shot.
And I thought this was stupid, but, I've had friends go, oh, we're going to go to Chicago for the weekend. They come back, and I broke up with them. Or her. And I'm like, what the hell? Is that place just not couple-friendly, or what?
Or does Chicago just...
They're obviously anti-love.
Or does Chicago just suck? I mean...
It's so bad, you argue with somebody else because you can't notice how much it sucks.
Yeah. That's how bad it is. Chicago sucks so much it breaks up relationships just by crossing through the city.
Alright, here we go. We're going to try to get Ryan back.
That's right.
Oh my god, that reminds me of the commercial for Cleveland.
We just lost.
Not Detroit.
We just lost all our listeners in Chicago.
Oh, don't worry, we don't have any yet.
That's true. I'm being hopeful here. I'm being somewhat hopeful here.
That we're losing listeners already?
No, that
That's hopeful.
No, that we have. No, I'm being hopeful that we have listeners to lose.
Don't worry, we don't yet.
That's actually
then
pretty
we
good.
can. Or give us another 2 podcasts, then we'll have listeners.
Then we'll have listeners. Yeah.
Hopefully.
And then by the
or maybe they're gonna listen to the first one and they're like, fuck this shit.
Maybe. They'll listen to the second one and be like, that's pretty funny, and then listen to the first one and it's like, yeah, fuck this.
Okay, never mind.
Alright, and then of course the other big news is that, Whitney Houston's dead.
Don't care.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, we found our
That's
lives.
not really big.
It's not.
Yeah, well, they made it big news.
Oh, look, a famous person died. Look, a famous person died of a heart attack. What do you know? That's big news.
Drug-induced heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's like Amy Winehouse time, number 2.
Yeah, but look at it this way.
Drug overdose death.
Look at it this way. Fame from being, or stress from being famous, plus being on medication for years, and it becoming routine, plus drinking.
Like that.
Will do that. You can die from drinking and taking your medication. And because she had been taking medication for, however long, you just get used to it, and it becomes routine where you forget there are times you can't take it, and you just take it at a certain time in the day because it's just routine. And then you realize, oh shit, I just drank 2 bottles of wine, and I'm about to die.
Aren't there labels on, medication that says, hey, don't drink alcohol while taking this medicine, you dumb fuck. And then they do.
Your point?
You just ask for it.
Dude, look at it this way. Do you read everything on a bottle of pills before you take them?
Yes, I fucking do. I do.
Every single time.
Because I don't want to fucking die.
If you've taken this medication for 2 years straight, and it's become routine, do you still read everything on the bottle every time you pick it up? No, you don't. You
know why? Because by then I fucking know what the medicine does to me and what I
and by then you'll get
drink
drunk.
anyway, then you're fucking retarded.
Yeah, but by then you've got the whole routine. Oh, it's such and such o'clock. I better take the pill. Engraved into your brain, so that when you get drunk, you forget about the stupidity of taking.
No, there is no excuse like that.
That's the problem with being drunk. You forget.
You don't forget. Drunk, you remember. Oh, I'm drinking. I'm having another drink. There's a drink in my fucking hand. This medicine I've been taking for years. You're not supposed to mix it with alcohol. Hey, I'm going to take it anyways.
Guess what? You're drunk, so you're stupid.
You don't fucking know. You have no experience.
This is a great eventful argument.
You have no idea what you're talking about. You've never been drunk once. Yes, that's true. But when you're drunk, you don't forcibly kill yourself. You're not dumb to the point of killing yourself.
Yeah, well, when people are drunk, they forget about stuff like that. I've known some people that got drunk.
No! You've never experienced this. You have no actual real-life experience.
That's true, because I can't actually physically get drunk, but that's another shit.
Yeah, so you don't fucking talk about it. End of session, I win.
Fine. That's one for you.
Yeah,
it's fun going back and forth.
That's the first one on the list. Put it on the board. Score 1.
Score 1.
Of course, there are people just, sitting on the edges of their seats, just waiting for the toxicology report to come back, even though it's going to take like 3 to 8 weeks to come back.
It's going to be alcohol plus drugs equals dead. Dumbass. That's what it's going to be.
Is that how it works?
That's how the sheet is.
That's how it is.
I'm going to make a bet that that's the exact thing sheet it's going to read as. It's going to say, alcohol plus drugs equals dead. Dumbass.
Must have been a really, really
motivational.
He's such a motivational corner,
Okay, well, now we pissed off.
It's true.
We pissed
now we've pissed off all the.
And now we pissed off Whitney Houston fans.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hooray for pissing people off!
That's what's up right there. Damn. Losing them all.
Let's knock out some more
Who's
people.
the ones we didn't have?
Yeah, let's knock out some more people.
Also, the Grammy Awards just ended, and Adele took everything.
Nice.
Everything she was nominated for, she won.
Nice.
So she was nominated for 6, she walked away with 6.
That's crazy.
That's impressive.
That is
That's fucked up.
I was disappointed with the performances this year. I really was.
Oh, Dead Mouse and him sucking horrible cock.
Oh my god, they had this tribute to dance, electronic dance, and they had David, how did he say his name? Joetta or whatever, and this Dead Mouse guy, and...
He's horrible, don't ever listen to him.
Oh.
Yeah, Dead Mouse is like, it's like... Look at it this way. There's the dubstep where it's like, there's an actual melody and you can actually enjoy it as music. Then there's the filthy dubstep that like Skrillex does that's just ear destroying.
Oh my god, Danny also likes one of those songs by him.
That's just ear death. And then there's what Deadmau5 does, which is neither. So it's really just not interesting.
Yeah,
it's like, you could have...
So now we lost all our Deadmau5 fans.
We have.
Deadmau5 is horrible. Nobody should like him.
But we will gain... I'll tell you what, though. We will gain some fans of... Who did the soundtrack for Tron? I keep forgetting that. Daft Punk.
Yeah.
They are on the good side. They're on the
Daft Punk was really
interesting kind of side. They were kind of the originators of so to speak.
Yeah, they were kind of like that because they started with Stronger, Better, Faster, Stronger. That song that became like a meme over the internet because the person who did Daft Punk.
That song was originally by who was it? Kanye West.
It was a Kanye West song, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then again,
the Daft Punk made it different,
better. Fuck that. They made it awesome.
Even better,
faster, stronger.
Exactly. We're working harder.
Yeah. But they're on the good side of dubstep, as well as like some of the up and starters, like Glitch Mob. They're more on the good side of dubstep.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But then I don't know. It's a very opposite-ended kind of thing. Like you got the stuff that's more widespread, that's very Daft Punk kind of stuff, and then you have the Skrillex just ear exploding.
Oh my god.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't like Skrillex.
It's like,
There
why?
are a lot of people that like Skrillex. I don't see it.
One of my friends, literally wants everyone to listen to this one song called Horrible Monsters or something like that, and Nice Sprites. Oh my god. It's so retarded. I've heard it, and it's all just a blah, 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 blah. The usual shit that he does. The usual stuff, Is it just me, or is every song that he does exactly the same? I have no idea.
Deadmau5 is.
Deadmau5 definitely. I feel like Skrillex can be the same way, except the difference with Skrillex is every song is the same, except he has a little sample from a song at the very beginning that's slightly different every time. But it's usually a high-pitched woman singing. But he just uses a different clip for every beginning of the song, but then it just has the blah, blah, blah as it goes. And we just lost James Kryak.
Wait,
he's like a huge dubstep fan.
James Kryak.
He's a massive dubstep fan.
And we say,
I didn't even know. I didn't know you liked dubstep so much.
He's like,
Wob, 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 wob.
No, it's wah, 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 wah.
What the hell?
Told you.
Nice. Oh man. There was this thing I saw.
Unfortunately, audience, we've lost Ryan. I think for good tonight because he's signed off.
It sucks.
Yay! Happy face. My life got better.
Your life got what? You're such a nice person. Sarcasm.
Okay, so
sarcasm, winky face.
And of course, anybody who watched the Super Bowl saw the Madonna halftime show.
I didn't.
God.
I didn't.
She's moving a lot slower now.
Yeah, it's Madonna.
No.
She's been around how long?
She's old.
She's old.
50, 100 years.
Into the future.
Future.
LMFAO.
She's been around 10,000 years.
Down because they did the every day I'm shuffling thing, and she was doing it really slow.
Do 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 do. Every day I'm shuffling.
Oh my god. I would rather listen to the ghetto version. Every day I'm hustling. I will say that. I would rather
every day I'm
hustling.
What was it you were saying earlier, Chad, about LMFAO? You never thought there'd be a band?
Oh yeah, I never thought there'd be a band
that would be
named after an acronym that's purely used on the internet.
Who could blame you?
In all the years I've lived, I never thought that would happen. When I saw LOL, I thought it was the stupidest thing ever, and now I use it, and now there are bands named after stuff like that, and I'm like,
Well, I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I mean, I was
That's your
amazed.
mentality.
I mean, I was amazed when I was younger and I watched Beast Wars all the time. I was amazed by that because it was like digital. Beast Wars was the shit.
Damn right, Beast Wars.
Beast Wars was the shit. Are you kidding me?
That's
Alright, that was actually...
Oh, they were called Beasties in Canada, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. My friend Jesse...
Before my
friend of mine when I
generation,
lived
you gotta
in
keep
Canada,
that
he
in
always
mind.
called... Yeah, we got Beast Wars on DVD up in Canada and got it shipped to Canada, and then my friend's like, hey, wait, this is... I'm like, yeah, come watch some Beast Wars, and then he comes over and is like, wait, this is Beasties. I'm like, no, it's not. It was pretty funny.
Yes, it is, actually.
No, it's really not the same thing. Just look at it.
They're exactly the same. Beasties and Beast Wars are exactly the same. It even has the clip at the end of the first episode, the two-parter, where Optimus says, and we will call it Beast Wars, and it like zooms up into the sky and plays the awesome music, and then it says Beasties on the screen. Because apparently in Canada, apparently in Canada they can't have war
in the title.
The title, yeah.
Kind of stupid.
Even though now they have even though now they have a show called Canada at War, but then again, it's not a kids show. So.
I feel bad for them trying to make a documentary then.
Yeah, it was a documentary, so I guess it doesn't really count.
Yeah, documentaries don't count.
Considering Beast Wars was a kids show, so I guess that was.
Yeah, you guys don't care about violence. We do.
I cared about violence. That's my generation.
No, that's
growing up on
No, you started violence. That's your generation.
I'm of the generation where I would play the hell out of the original Mortal Kombat, and when parents freaked out about it, I was like, what? It's just dudes ripping each other's heads off. It's no big deal. Sub-Zero's only just ripping out a guy's spine and killing him with it. It's not a big deal. Whatever.
Oh, don't worry, I'm just chopping off this dude's foot and trying to shove it down his throat. No worries.
Well, I hated when they started censoring the original Looney Tunes. I mean, really? Was that necessary?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It was like, no, you can't have somebody getting shot and then being like, whatever. No, being like...
Jeffy Cox getting his bill shot off was hilarious.
Yeah, that was so funny. And they censored him. What?
When people die, they bleed. That's how it works.
Yeah, nobody bleeds in Looney Tunes ever. At all. Period.
What the?
So it just had a whole bunch of dumb shit with that.
But yeah, I'm probably late to this thing, but I recently saw one of those funny images, and this one is of a little like a pinboard on a wall. It's a picture of it, like a pinboard on a wall with like your typical things with like flyers, and you can rip off tabs and stuff, or it's just these pieces of paper that people put up, like at bus stops or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This one says, on the left there's a piece of paper that says, vegan, ? Vegan vegetarian or vegan curious? Casual, non-judgmental support and opportunities to connect. Monthly meetups within the community. Join now. And a couple tabs are ripped off. And then on the right, there's another piece of paper with no tabs to rip off, and it says, carnivore? Chances are you don't need some wimpy support group. Keep being awesome.
That's what it makes.
It makes me
that is awesome.
I'll have to put a link to it. It makes me happy.
Yes. I'd like to see the link of that. Oh wait, do we have a link dump now?
We could have one.
Yeah, we could have one.
Insert link dump here. We win.
Yep. Blam!
Score.
There's one now,
God.
by the way. Right
Please
now,
don't.
as you're listening to this, there's a link dump below there. Yeah, go down. Look at it. Click on that thing. Look at the image.
That one right there.
Laugh hysterically.
It'll be a picture of me pointing at you, and it'll be right there. It'll be a link. Don't worry about it. I will provide the picture.
Yes. Mac wants you.
Mac wants you, but only if you're a hot girl between the ages of 18 to 25, or 30 if you're really, really hot, and if you are single. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and here's a link to the image, so you can look at it.
Oh, let's look at it.
Yeah, I want to look at it. I'm looking at it. Oh, that's awesome.
It's got the T-Rex on the carnivore.
I love it.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
man.
The shit right here, son.
That's nice.
Yeah, everyone needs to do this. If you see a vegan thing, everyone needs to do this. Just copy the vegan poster, exactly what it is, except put what's on that image. Everyone in the world. Go ahead.
One of the best T-shirts I ever saw was pink, but across the front it said, "Meat is murder, tasty, tasty murder."
Oh yeah, I remember.
That's awesome. That makes me want.
And I just remember this one lady getting so offended by it.
Even though
when you said meat is murder, tasty, tasty murder, and that reminded me of a little app on Facebook, which I'm not supporting because, fuck those things, because they always ask for personal information.
Yeah.
But there's like these bumper stickers you could stick on your wall, and I found one because my friend is actually a vegetarian, and I posted it on her wall. It said, "Meat is murder, delicious, delicious murder." And she
That is
instantly,
awesome.
yeah, she just yelled at me for it. Dang.
That's what's up.
I will never.
That's the way you do it right there.
I can never go vegan. I can't.
I couldn't.
Bacon.
I killed myself. I could.
Yeah,
Yeah, bacon.
I think-
Man, no.
It's like, it's with the back bacon,
No
eh?
bacon. Oh my god.
I can't stop eating that back bacon, eh?
Oh, okay. Don't even get into that.
Hey,
don't say A as
I'm making a Mackenzie Brothers reference, okay?
I
don't go there.
as slender.
Don't go there. I'm making a Mackenzie Brothers reference.
Moving straight along.
Racist.
Of course, the world of video games, I'm sure many people are playing the Mass Effect 3 demo.
Oh, you know they are.
Oh, yeah.
One of them, of course,
Madman.
being Nick.
I was talking about it earlier.
What? It's awesome.
Oh.
Shut up. Get out of here if you think it's bad.
Somebody actually sent me a friggin' invite to an app on Facebook that had to do with Mass Effect 3. If you like the page and you agree to be a recruit, you get this extra little DLC package for when you play the game or something.
Okay.
No.
On the Cerberus network. I don't get that. I don't want to do that. No, I'll just play the fucking game.
I'd like to say one thing. Fuck Cerberus.
Yes.
Cerberus is
On
a bitch.
any service that is added on top of another service, that's not needed. It's just fucking bullshit and waste of time. Why the hell do I need to log in when I get in my game? I'm already logged on to whatever system it is, PS1 network or fucking Xbox Live. I don't need another one. Thank you very much. I'm done with that one.
Look, I don't need another thing on top of that. I don't need to buy Xbox Live and then buy Elite for Call of Duty or whatever. I don't need to do
my
that.
God.
It's pointless.
It's pointless. It's a waste of time. It's great, now I have to log into another thing so I can play this game online or some shit. No, fuck that.
And not only is it a waste of time, but it's a waste of money once your free thing runs out.
Yeah. And you know what I found stupid that I didn't know before, but now I know? Because I went to go try and buy Saints Row the 3rd today. But apparently you can't buy it used. No, I'm not with... you can't buy it used because if you buy it used, it doesn't come with the code that you need to play online. You have to buy it new in order to get that code.
Well,
Wow.
It only has co-op, right?
It has co-op, but you can't play co-op unless you have the code, which you can only get if you buy a new game.
Yeah,
You can't
and
buy
co-op-
it if you
And
online.
co-op is the best part of that game.
Exactly, it's fooling around with your friends.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Why would they
Yeah,
make
with
that
Battlefield
specific?
2.
That's also dumb. What the fuck? No, just fuck that shit. Stop it. Stop making us have to go through you assholes.
I'm gonna be honest. It was retarded that they put it in with Battlefield. You need to buy the new one to get it. But I will say that at least I really love the Battlefield multiplayer, so I think it was worth it. Literally the only reason why I bought Battlefield was for the multiplayer. Don't even give a fuck about single player co-op. I just want the multiplayer. Always want.
Obviously, nobody here agrees with you because we all went silent.
I know. I know nobody agrees. I'm just saying.
Nope.
Damn.
Everybody hates it.
Yeah. Yeah, for Call of Duty, like, I love how every time a Call of Duty game comes out,
It's so hype, but then it turns out to be garbage.
No. It comes out first, like, day, everybody is really stoked on it and loves the hell out of it. After the first day, they start bitching like you have no idea how bad. It's like, after the first day is over, they've given their "this game is awesome" quota, and then they can start bitching. And talking about how horrible it is, even though they're pouring hours upon hours into the game.
Oh my god. Okay, so Valentine's Day, they were handing out free candy hard boxes, and I started, like, eating them. Then I turned to Chris, I'm like, hey, Chris, check this out. And I just put one in my mouth, I'm like, oh my god, Chris, these things are so horrible. I don't understand how people can eat these.
While you're fucking stuffing your mouth full of them.
That's the whole thing. It was hilarious. Sit there and just go, oh my god, these are so horrible. I don't see how anybody could eat them.
But yeah, you'll learn this about Nick. His name rhyming with Dick, not a coincidence.
Oh my god. It is very big and long to say that. So.
No, that's
like an elite.
No, it's that you are a dick. No, I don't got elite dick. I got Spartan dick. Which
we
were talking about earlier.
Which is smaller because it's not fucking alien.
It's not alien, but it's still well, obviously it's not. It's still more than average. It's still more than a human, because it's proportional. A Spartan is like 7.5 feet tall, so proportionally that's like a couple dick inches.
It depends on how your hormones react to this treatment.
Good
of becoming a Spartan. It doesn't always.
Yeah, well, we're talking Master Chief. We're talking Master Chief.
Oh well, no. You just said Spartan. You didn't say Master Chief. You got to be more specific.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Left. So
that's what we were talking about earlier. Master Chief specifically.
Be specific.
Well, there you go. Because we were talking about that because of Cortana's his only girlfriend or whatever.
Oh, I feel bad.
Is that why we were talking about it? Because when I came in, it was compared to.
Oh, man, I was trying to get off on an AI stuck in your head. Oh my god, that would be horrible.
It started because of. We were talking about how Cortana's his only girlfriend, but she is still kind of hot.
She is, but it would be a lot better if she wasn't an AI.
Yeah, well.
But then she wouldn't be in his head.
It's like you find it's like you play Mass Effect 1 and find.
She would have. Look at it this way: she would have died by now.
Many times.
Many times if she wasn't an AI. So he's actually probably better off. Because if she wasn't an AI, he would never see her ever. And if he did, she would.
But think about it like this.
If he did,
it's kind of disadvantage because she's in his head. She can nag at him at any point in the day. Even when he's sleeping, just go into his head and fucking nag at him. It's kind of annoying.
Well, you know how it is while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
You know all about the nagging.
Oh my god, I remember when I was trying to play Halo 3 with Jane, and every time Cortana would pop up, she would be like, "Stupid bitch, go away!"
Oh god, go away!
Stop fucking with my head.
What's annoying?
It is annoying because she pops up and she blurs your vision shit.
Yeah, in Halo 3, it's super annoying, but that's because you're hallucinating.
Yeah.
You're hallucinating? Really?
In Halo 2 and Halo 1, it's totally fine.
Because then she's not in your head as much. Cause she's not.
Yeah, because she's just talking to you, but she's not messing up your gameplay. She's just giving you some witty banter.
In all fairness,
or maybe some not so witty banter.
Okay. In all fairness, though, every part during Halo 3, there was no combat at all. Where she popped out, they made it like that.
Which is nice.
Yeah,
it's still annoying.
Though.
Those parts where
you
still combat,
it slowed you down. You didn't run.
Yeah.
Granted.
It's like those parts where there's no combat. You want to get through them fast and get back to the combat anyway, and she's making it even slower.
And it's not like it's a cutscene where you don't have any control over it, or you could skip it. You're stuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I have to wait for the next 20 seconds for her to stop talking so I can continue my game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like bitching the whole time, like, shut up!
I still think Halo 2 had the best campaign. I'm sorry if
I can agree with that.
disagrees,
I don't blame you.
I think it was the best campaign because I had so much to it, and it was just awesome. It was a lot of fun and really epic. Sergeant Johnson hijacked a Scarab.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
epic.
How many people can say that? Not many.
You know what? I realized?
Guess what I did? I hijacked a Scarab today.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I noticed that nobody else noticed at this point? I think we lost all our female listeners bitching about women.
Yeah, what do we... Well, we have a female still here.
Yeah, we got one female. She's not leaving us, I hope.
Nope.
No.
She can't. She's not allowed to.
She can't. She has no choice in this matter.
She's forbidden.
Obligated.
She's forbidden to leave. Tired.
She is bound by obligation, stronger than any possible force.
I have to wonder what Halo 4 is going to be like.
Oh. I'm not too hyped about it, actually.
Well, obligation is...
Did you see the mock-up for the new Master Chief outfit? Or
No.
armor? No?
Oh, you mean the toy?
Yeah, the toy one.
The Todd McFarlane one? Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Pretty stoked on it.
For those who haven't seen it, I've got it for you.
Well, we already all know what it looks like from the Halo 4 trailer, but it's a 360
but it's not as
view, so you get to see more.
Yeah. That link will give it a good look.
Oh, you know what I thought was funny about that? I was watching it, and I was watching it very intently, and all I see is him pull a silencer just out of thin air and attach to the gun.
That's not a silencer, that's a grenade. That's a grenade.
Yeah, that's a silencer.
No, that's a grenade.
No, that's a grenade.
Did you not see
it's
him?
not a grenade.
Did you not see the gun? It looks kind of like a flare gun. There's no attachment to that. That was
It
him
looked like a
inputting
silencer.
He fired a grenade
into
forward,
it.
flew through it, and then stuck another one on the end and turned it.
Yeah.
So it was like chunk, and then he was ready to fire another one. That's what happened. He was reloading.
Though I didn't really notice the new armor at all.
Look at this way.
It was like a surprise when I saw that toy. Like, oh, that's that one Master Chief is gonna look like. It was
like,
cool.
Oh damn, yeah. One thing, Nick, if you were in a cryogenic tube, got woken up, saved your girlfriend, flew through some debris, blew something up, and landed at the edge, being like, "Oh fuck, I'm screwed." Are you gonna put a silencer on your pistol?
Mm-hmm. Or are you gonna load another round in that?
SMG?
Yeah. Are you gonna load up a grenade launcher, or are you gonna put a silencer on your pistol when you are looking dead and when you're looking at what is basically a planet that wants to kill you?
Yeah, it looks like a silencer to me too.
Oh.
Yeah, but you have the reasoning. Yeah, but you have the reasoning to know that it isn't one.
Yeah. But I didn't watch it as intently, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
But at least you have the reasoning to know that it's not a silencer, because it's pretty obvious. It's like, yeah, it looks like one, but you know it would make no sense that it would be one.
My mind was more focused on what it looks like than what it could be, because...
Yeah. Because you're like, oh my god, silenced weapons in Halo, ah!
They totally did include that in ODST.
Yeah, the silenced pistol in ODST, oh my god, that thing was beast. So beast.
So beast.
It was so beast.
So Beast Wars?
Yeah. It's like,
Beast Wars.
It's like, yeah, it was like Rat Trap's machine gun that looks like a pistol with a super long barrel on it. Rat Trap's easily my favorite, except for Dinobot. Dinobot is like, oh my god. When Dinobot died, I still tear up when I watch that episode.
Really?
Yeah, I do. The Code of Hero. I still tear up, man. I just got so attached to those characters because I watched it since I was like 8. So, because mind you, it came out in like mid-90s, so it's like I got so attached to those characters.
Oh,
and when Dinobot died, and in such a dramatic and noble way, it was like I don't know. It was one of those.
Finally redeeming himself.
Yeah.
You made me feel again.
It was extremely well written, and I love it, but it gets me emotionally. It's one of the very few things that can. I've watched a lot of stuff that everybody's told me, oh my god, you're going to cry, and I'm like, whatever. But when I see
Marley and Me?
Yeah, but when I see Dinobot die, man, that gets me.
I don't know whether to think you have emotions or just think you're really childish. That's the one thing that'll make you tear up is Dinobot's death.
Go back and watch Beast Wars from the beginning. The whole show is on there. You watch Beast Wars from the beginning and get to that point, and you will too. No,
I probably won't. I have this thing where I don't cry ever.
Well, I don't.
Unless I either
cry,
eventually break down or. Yeah.
I don't cry. I get like a little choked up. I don't actually cry because that's like, that's ridiculous.
That's not manly enough. That's not manly. You can't do that. Your body refuses. You can't actually cry because that can't happen unless you're seriously messed up. Hey, whoa. I'm seriously messed up. I still don't cry.
That's true. That's true.
There you go.
Unless you're not manly. There you go.
There you go.
If you're not manly, then you can, like, all out cry. But
there you go.
We just lost all our non-manly viewers.
Go watch Marley and Me. Go watch Marley and Me. Take the test. If you cry, then you're non-manly. If you laugh at your friend crying, you're a manly man.
Yeah. There you go.
That's actually what happened to me in theaters. We went to go watch it in theaters. The ending made Danny cry, and I sat there and I was laughing at him crying about it.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of movies that you laugh at, Ninja Assassin. I laughed at that thing.
Yeah, that was
so weird. Many inside jokes that only one such as myself would get. Like
I've never seen
lots of inside ninja jokes, as well as
they're ninjas over here.
As well as stuff like one of the most obvious jokes was she's like, "Did we lose them?" And he's like, "No, they can smell us." And she says, "What, like dogs?" He's like, "No, like wolves." It's so awesome.
The fuck.
It was like, how dare you? No, it's like wolves.
Reputed humor, that's our way. Go.
Wow. But anyway. So.
But yeah.
Chad does have a story for us.
Hell yeah. Story time.
It's story time. Okay.
Story time.
Hang on. Let me pull up the link to the image so everybody knows what it looks like before I do this.
I should probably get on my iPod. Show all messages. Okay, here we go.
Clickety, clickety, clickety.
Waiting.
Click.
Waiting.
Loading. Loading.
We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Yeah, I know.
Bam, 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 bam,
okay,
bam, bam, bam.
And there you go.
Oh, there it is. Click.
That's fun. Look at the picture.
Yeah.
Click.
And you listeners do it too, because this will totally be in the link dump.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Okay. This is a car.
Yes, it is.
I don't like
64 it. Plymouth Valiant station wagon, and it kicks ass. Anyway.
I don't like it.
Yeah, screw you.
Yes, I remember this. It's a real classic looking car.
Yeah, it's because it is. It's a 64.
You know, if you paint that a different color, it would look a lot more badass. The gray on the sides.
Well, that's how we got it. That's how we bought it. So
right.
I like how that two-tone is set up, though. So I'm still going to use that kind of quote-unquote pattern as to where the two-tone is. But I'm definitely going to change it up. Anyway.
Danny texted me, "What up, Ganesh? This ain't epic. Yeah, this ain't epic mealtime, smartass."
All right, Chad's story.
Bacon strips and bacon strips and bacon strips. Anyway,
Gay bacon strips. Gay bacon strips.
Anyway. So, for a few years, me and my dad have been looking on eBay because I wanted a muscle car or something. And, we've been looking on eBay for a while, and, eventually I got into more like the smaller Mopars of the early 60s because they're cheap and nobody wants them, but I love them. I think they're really cool. And I came across that station wagon, and I'm like, whoa, that's totally badass. And, my dad's like, whoa, I have never seen one of those before. And this is a guy that's, like, he grew up in the muscle car era. And, his first car was a 69 Belvedere. It was an old police car that he bought for, like, nothing at a old police auction or whatever. But that's a story for another time. Anyway, and he'd never even seen one before. So, we were pretty stoked on it. So we bought it over eBay for $2,850.
Wow.
And we thought it was in Wyoming, which we were in BC at the time, so we're like, man, it's like state down, state over, whatever.
All right.
Turns out that's not the case.
Yeah, it's in Wisconsin. So it's at the Great Lakes. So we're like, well, we've bought it, might as well go get it.
Don't shut on the Great Lakes, I'm telling you that right now, don't do it.
So, we hop on a plane, get out there. We land, and of course, they lose my dad's bags. And,
oh, that's always fantastic.
So we get picked up by this, kind of scruffy dude with a beard, and he's like, really sketchy looking. He picks us up, drives us out to his house, and he's driving like some crappy import that's falling apart. And, he's like, yeah, man, I don't, cause the elections were coming up, and he's like, oh no, man, I think I'm just gonna vote for Obama, cause he didn't, like, have a clue about anything politically. He was just like, no, whatever, blah. And we didn't have the stomach to just tell him.
Tell him you're an idiot and you shouldn't talk.
Exactly. So, anyway, he gets us to his house and shows us the car. We're like, okay, that's cool. And then we realize the door handles, door panels, and the locks are not on the car. They're in a cardboard box in the back. Awesome. So we have to open up the back and pull all the stuff out. I have to crawl up to the front seat to get the doors open so we could put the door handles in and then put the door panels on. And then he tells us that the carburetor, which is just a regular Holley 600 4-barrel, he plugged the power valve. He decided to plug it with a bolt, which means every time you reached a certain RPM, it would lean way out and stall. And the starter solenoid was busted. So, to start it, you had to get out, pop the hood, and jump the wires with a key. And the car has these, like, collector plates on it. You know, they're just white and they say collector on them.
Yeah.
And, the guy's wife did not want to give them up. She refused. She did not trust us to mail them back to her. So we're like, fine. And so we called up the DMV, and yeah, they just closed. And it's the beginning of a long weekend, and they're going to be closed for the next 4 days. And we really don't want to stick around because these people are, like, on the verge of divorce bad. So we just hop in the car and start driving.
Murder-suicide type thing?
Yeah. So we just hop in the car and start driving with no plates on. And we get to a Walmart, middle of the night. Just super late. Nobody's awake. And there's one woman at a cash register in the Walmart, and that is it. This is literally...
Wow.
So we go in there, and we need some jerry jugs, some gas cans, because the gas tank is reading 6 gallons, and that's it. Like, we fill it up all the way, and it's reading 6 gallons. So we get some jerry jugs and go to the back of the place and look at some tires, because we had a tire that was cracked all to hell. And my dad climbs up. I would have, but I was, like, on the ground, about to pass out, tired.
Yeah.
So he climbs up to the top and just barely tips the tire, and it falls all the way down to the ground and makes this huge that, like, you know the sound when a tire hits the ground?
Yep.
And it, like, echoes through the whole store. And so we pick up the stuff and head out to the cash register. And normally when you buy tires, you're supposed to take it to the automotive section and they apply all these fees and stuff. And this lady didn't have a clue how to do that. So she's like, well, there's a barcode. I guess I'll just scan it. So she scans it and is like, well, there's a price here. I guess I'll just charge you what it is. And so we bought the tire without any of the stupid rubber fees or whatever.
Nice.
And hauled it out the car and keep driving. And then we get to this point where we had a choice to make. Whether we wanted to go south into Chicago with no plates or to avoid Chicago and take another, day or whatever, extra time.
Yeah.
So we're like, we are not going to Chicago with no plates on. That would be a dumb move. So we avoid Chicago. We actually ended up avoiding Illinois entirely. We got to this place where we had to turn left on one of these little back roads or whatever. We had to turn left, and we missed the left turn. And I look on the map, and I'm like, well, the next one should take us... The map says the next left will take us to the same road we need to be on, so just take it. So we took the next left after that one, and we're driving, and the street lights stop. There aren't any street lights anymore. And all of a sudden, the sides of the road are just, like, blanketed with trees, tons of trees everywhere, and we start seeing these signs that say County Z, County Y, County X, and we run over a raccoon, and this road was only supposed to be 10 miles long, and we were easily 20 miles in.
Oh my god.
And we run over a raccoon, and then I see a light way out in the distance, and we drive another about 10 miles, and it finally reconnects with the road we're supposed to be on, but it's, it was twice as long as it was supposed to be. So we get back there, and we head out to a hotel room, and this is like 4 in the morning their time, and we get charged for like half a night, which was awesome. We woke up super early, got out, and we were driving for a while, and we got to the point where, like, there was nothing. No civilization, no nothing, for about 100 miles around. Literally, no towns, nothing. And all of a sudden, I look on my right, and there is the biggest super Walmart you have ever seen in your life. Massive.
Did you shit bricks right then and there?
Like Boeing factory huge.
Oh, fuck.
And there is nothing anywhere. And the parking lot is full. And I'm like, where did these people come from? Did they live in this place? When we got there, it turned out it was a normal Walmart, but just really big. It had a food court in it. We ate at a Subway.
See, my Walmart probably ain't that big, but it does have a Subway in it.
We got the guys to put on the tire and ate lunch. And then we went on our way. We got into Iowa, and we got to this truck stop called Iowa 80. It's supposed to be the world's biggest truck stop.
Yeah.
And I looked, we actually stopped right there for fuel. We're like, hey, it's a truck stop. It's probably going to be cheap. And it was like a really, really huge parking lot, just full of semi-trucks. Like, really big, as far as I could see them. It's like you could see the curvature of the earth on top of the semi-trucks.
Okay, that's a little over the top.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, you get what I mean. And it turns out there's just this super tiny side road where you turn right and go into the truck stop, turn left go into this gas station, and the gas station has cheaper fuel than the truck stop does.
Oh, well, it's a truck stop.
No, it's got cheaper diesel, too. And we keep driving, and we're like, I was trying to convince my dad that we needed to buy a carburetor and a starter solenoid, and he wanted to buy a starter solenoid, but he was like, no, we don't need to buy a carburetor, that's ridiculous. That's silly. And not long after he said that, we pull off to an off-ramp to go get some fuel. And we get up to the stop sign on the overpass. And sure enough, right when he starts to go, it dies. So we have to open the doors, jump out, and push the car across the overpass and to the side so that he could jump out and pop the hood and get it jumped again. And then he hops back in, closes the door, and he says, "Okay, we'll get a carburetor." So the next day, we get to Iowa City, and it's just Iowa City, Iowa capital, whatever. And we're like, okay, we'll go off the road here, and go up to. We'll see if there's like a Checker Shucks Cragen or like an AutoZone or whatever. See if there's an auto shop we could buy some stuff from. And we turn to the right and go onto this road, and there are 3 stoplights, and there's a cop at each one. Just sitting
my God.
On the median, just sitting there.
Holy hell.
And we have no plates or insurance at this point. And so we very slowly, calmly drive through the 3 lights, and then I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see any auto shops. Let's just get out of here. So we turn around and start heading back. At all 3 intersections, the cops now have their lights on and are looking around. I'm like, oh no. We very slowly drive through the 3 lights, go onto the on-ramp to get back onto I-80, and there's a cop right behind us coming onto the freeway with us. And I'm like, yep, we're screwed. It's over. We have no place, no insurance.
That's it. Give up.
It's over. We lost our vehicle, no way to get home. And the cop sits behind us for about 3 minutes, and then slowly pulls to the passing lane, very slowly goes in front of us, pulls back in front of us, sits in front of us for a couple minutes, and then goes off an off-ramp. We're all like, oh my God.
Thank you, Lord of Heaven.
Exactly.
He probably sat there just to
mess with us, but they were like,
agony.
Yeah. And they were like, it was probably because they were sitting at the stoplights and looking around with their lights on and stuff. They were probably looking for something specific, and that guy was he didn't have the time to deal with us, so he just freaked us out. Oh my God, it was intense. And anyway, so we kept going, and eventually we got to about Utah desert, like a Rayleigh desert. Middle of nowhere. I look to the left, and there's this maximum security prison, stereotype. Huge concrete walls, sentry towers, barbed wire, the whole bit. And we decide, hey, let's take the next exit that's maybe a minute away and go eat at the pizza factory that's there. So we stop at this place that's closest to the prison, which probably holds the people that work there. And it's super small, hole in the wall, nothing. And everybody there is looking at us weird, all ugh. They're giving us, if looks could kill, we would be dead and the people behind us would be dead.
It was that bad.
It was that bad.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
And we stop at the pizza factory, walk in, and order our food and all that by this nice guy that works there. And we sit down and we look, and there's this guy inside the pizza factory sitting on a chair. He's sitting on a chair backwards. And you know how you sit on the chair backwards, put your hands on top of the backrest, and lean forward like a kid. And he was staring intently at the TV that had an all Spanish, no subtitles soap opera that was really bad. And he was into it, intently watching this. I'm like, does this guy know Spanish? Does this guy even know Spanish? So I think to myself, well, the guy at the pizza factory should know. He probably knows everybody here. So I go over and ask the guy at the desk, who's, fairly nice, hey, does that guy know Spanish? And he says, I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I don't really know.
The most interesting thing in this guy's day was a bad soap opera that he can't understand.
Really?
That's an average day in life.
This is pretty awesome. Anyway, and then we finally make it to California, get the car registered, and so we had successfully driven from Wisconsin to California, basically across the country with no plates, no registration, and we didn't have insurance until we got it over the phone in Nebraska.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we get there, get it registered, and it's all good. And then we decide, you know what? We've been basically bombing freeways. What we've been doing is getting a hotel really late at night, waking up in the morning, fixing the car, driving 15 hours, getting a hotel super late, waking up in the morning, fixing the car, driving 15 hours, basically for about 5 days. We're like, you know what? We can't keep doing this. Let's just relax and have a nice drive, like, up the coast. So we drive up the coast because we're on our way to Canada. And then we get to the Oregon-Washington border, and there's a toll bridge there that's on the coast, and they wanted something crazy like $20 to cross this toll bridge. It was ridiculous. But we're like, no, screw this. So there's a road that goes along the river that goes towards I-5, so we're like, okay, we'll just take that and go back to I-5 and then go across the bridge where it's free. And then I look on the map and I realize, hey, there's a tiny little dotted line on this old ass map that dude gave us that, like, the word ferry is like super faint and I can barely read it, but hey, there's a dotted line that goes across and it says ferry, and that's got to be cheaper than that toll bridge, right? So we get to the point where it's supposed to be, and it's like, where is it? We can't see it. We keep driving back and forth looking for this thing, and finally I see a cardboard sign that's nailed to a tree that says ferry painted on it and an arrow. So we're like, okay, follow that. So we follow it, and sure enough, there's a ferry there, and they got a line up, and they're starting to load. So we get in line, load onto the ferry, and they close it up and all that stuff and start sailing. They've left the dock, and then they tell us we have to pay in as cash only. And we didn't really have any cash with us. We were using like all debit this whole time.
Oh no!
And we basically searched the car for loose change. And we ended up having about a dime left over by the time we paid.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty awesome.
How much was it?
It was like $1.25 or something, but we had no change. Yeah. And then we'd make it all the way back up to Canada and onto Vancouver Island, then on our little tiny island off Vancouver. Get it home, park it, and we don't touch it for the next 10 days or so. And then we're like, hey, let's drive somewhere. So we hopped into it, started it, let it warm up for about 10 minutes, and about after 10 minutes, it just dies, like flat dies. Like we cannot get it restarted. It's dead. We tried jumping it. We tried it's dead. As it turns out, it had no advance in the timing at all. The ignition system was so screwed up, it had an RPM limiter for a manual transmission hooked up wrong to our automatic. And, and the distributor had just about conked out, completely dead. And the voltage regulator was wrong. The voltage was wrong on it, too.
Nice. Basically,
it should not have been running that whole time. Not at all.
Wow.
It's pretty ridiculous. And it had 1/8 of an inch exhaust leaks at the manifold at the head all the way across both sides because the gaskets were down to the tin.
How much money did you end up putting in the car?
We didn't put a ton into it. We got it back running and got it fixed up quite a bit. I did some body work on it. I did a little bit of custom stuff on it. It looks different than it does in those photos. Not by much, but a little bit. Overall, it's just awesome. Now it's awesome. It wasn't awesome then, but it's awesome now. Oh, man. But, yeah, it should not have ran that entire time.
Wow.
And we're like, hey, we'll take the long way up the coast.
I'm surprised you guys got away.
I have no idea what was wrong with the car.
I'm surprised the story went so long. Is it over or are we still going?
We're still going.
God.
No, it's over. It's over. That's pretty much it. The next chapter in the story is when we're driving it down from Washington to down here. Although when we got it to no, that hasn't happened yet. Like we haven't done it yet. When we drove it from Canada,
the story.
When we drove it from Canada to Washington State, me and my brother were driving it down, and the thing I forgot to put an extra jerry jug in it, and it only reads the top 6 gallons. As it turns out, it actually takes 14 gallons.
Remember, you have to explain what a jerry jug is. Not everybody's an automotive expert like you.
It's like a fuel can, like a fuel jug.
Yeah.
Oh, so like that extra can of gas in case of burst.
Yes, gas can.
Okay.
So, anyway, I forgot to empty the gas can into the gas tank, and I thought, oh no, we're good. And we're on the freeway at about, like 70, 80, and it dies. Just, we run out of fuel, and we don't have the time to go over to the right side, so we're against the concrete divider in the middle, with cars whizzing past, and the car, rocking every time somebody passes.
Oh.
And I crawl out the passenger side, or I crawl out the back door on the driver's side, and pour the fuel in, get it all closed up, and then wait for a sizable gap in traffic so we can get back up to speed again.
God damn.
And but now we're good. Now it's all good, and it's sitting in Washington right now, and we need to bring it down.
Again. Good luck.
But now we have now we have the fix to the final problem, which is a gas tank float, so we can actually read how much fuel's in the gas tank. We just need to put that in, and then we'll have the problem solved, and it'll be nice.
So how long have you had the car, technically?
A few years now.
And you still don't have the damn thing fully fixed.
Or
not completely, but it drives fine now. It drives fine now. You just got to know how much gas is in it.
So you're just looking for functionality. You don't really care about it.
Gotta sit there and eyeball it.
And it's a classic, classic Mopar, which is important to me.
Yeah.
There's a 318 V8 in it that runs good now.
Okay, too much car talk.
Anyway, that's enough. That's enough car talk.
And for our next story time,
no, never done. End of this.
We need one last subject. One last subject, and then we can wrap this up.
Yeah,
I have a story.
Back it up.
I have a story.
About what?
No.
I have a really big cologne-shaped bottle of whiskey. Is that good enough?
That's awesome.
The only story that I could say would be when Jay, I told you a story about when I literally timed everything so perfectly it happened like a split second after I said it.
I don't remember. What are you talking about?
What was it that happened?
About Janie's phone going off.
Oh, right.
I don't know what's going on.
Just go ahead and tell us.
Damn it.
Do you really want to go through another story?
No, actually, if it's going to be a 30-minute story, then no.
It's a short story. It's okay.
No. Okay, so I was hanging out with my friends at the park, and we started walking over to Wade's house because his house ain't too far away from the park. And so we're like at the main gates, and Dana's like, "Dude, guys, I forgot my phone. Nick, come help me find it." I'm like, "Sure." So I started walking back. I had my face turned to the ground. I noticed his shadow ain't behind me, so I turned back. I find them two hiding in the woods, trying to be whatever. I don't even fucking know. And then we start walking a little bit more, and then Dan goes, "No, seriously, I forgot my phone. Nick, he goes, Nick. Immediately, I'm like, no. Then he looks to Wade. Wade, will he help me? I'm like, Wade, don't do it. You know he has it on him. And literally, a split second after I finished that sentence, his ringtone went off. And we knew it was his ringtone because he's the only one with the King of the Hill theme song as his ringtone. So split second after I say that, we were bam, and he's sitting there, he starts dancing to it like a retard. Then he answers it. It's his paw asking where he is, and yeah, that's the whole story. Right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no half-hour story, more like 2-minute story. Not even.
Anyway. Anyway, let's wrap this up, and because we've got lots more of these to do.
I was like gone for half the whole story. I was like either zoning out and staring into space, or I went to the bathroom and came back later, and the story's still going. Like, what the hell?
Nice.
It's been 5 minutes. Why are we still talking about this? Hey, you know what? If it was such a captivating story, I would have still been here paying attention. I only caught like the story about the guy that was watching a soap opera. That part was pretty funny. The part where the cop passed you, that was pretty cool too. And like the very beginning where the crazy woman wouldn't give you the license plates. Those are the 3 points of the story that I still remember.
Anyway.
Everything else, poof.
Well, anyway, so
anyway,
I
guess
we'll wrap this up, and thanks for listening. And
goodbye, fans. Keep in mind, stow it, don't throw it.
What?
Remember,
What?
no matter how many people leave us, there will be more that love us.
Yeah. For every fan we lose, we gain a fan.
Exactly. So yeah, those fans that they were talking about, those guys were dicks. I love these guys.
And hopefully next time Ryan will actually be able to join us instead of just lagging out and
With the sucky ass internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Point fingers and laugh at him.
Anyway, I gotta get out of here.
Okay, well, everybody say goodbye.
Thingy, it's a podcast.
Bye, fans.
It's a podcast.